high. Sociopathy and psychopathy comes from the father. Now I will give you an example that the psychopathic or sociopathic women do not feel the fear. They do not realize that they are scared. I told you that my husband's sister is a narcissist, but I remember just one situation that proves that she is a psychopath. She and her husband and her 12-year-old daughter live in Italy, but when we went to Pakistan to my husband's father's house, they also came and they stayed at the same house. So it was necessary to get ready somewhere, but all women were just talking, and my husband's sister is very talkative. And at some point, her husband approached her and made this gesture. I don't remember what he told her, but he let her know that get up, get ready, we can be late, stop talking. So the idea was this, and she was just looked at him with some irony in her eyes and just a slight smile. It was in the room where there were other family members. Actually, except of our family and their family, there are 10 other family members, but at that moment, kids were outside. I was shocked because first he threatened her, and even if a husband doesn't beat his wife, a threat with physical abuse is already the physical abuse. And second, I was shocked because nobody told anything. So it looked like just a normal situation in that family. Now imagine, so yes, she is a psychopath, she doesn't feel any fear. But now imagine if this gesture is seen by a toddler from 1-year-old to 3-year-old. First time, a toddler can really be scared, especially if this is a girl. So, and as soon as she experiences this fear, she becomes a sociopath. But if her mother already humiliates her, she becomes a psychopath. I will give you one more example. We went to my husband's relative's house, and a young uncle was just playing with his small niece. He was making gestures as if he was slamming her, but it was very slow, like this. It looked like the game, but for me it looked like the humiliation. And that girl, she treated this well. As I understood, it's a common game in their families. I just wonder if those guys just train the girls from the age when they are very little, just to adjust to such situations, so that they couldn't be scared if her father will threaten her mother or what. So as soon as small girls and small boys become the sociopath, they do not understand the words, and they start provoking their parents. But as fathers usually work and children spend most of the time with moms, they start provoking moms. And I just remember the behavior of my daughter when she observed the aggressive behavior of my husband. Uh, I'm a very calm person, but such children just do everything to experience, to approach to the feeling of the fear again and again. And they expect this threat from you, and they provoke until you get angry. For example, she told me, I want this. I say, okay, take it or do it. No, I want this. Okay. Then she wants another. No, I change my mind. I want this. Then okay. Then she returns to the first, and it continues until you really get angry. But mature people, as mature people realize their emotions, they can control them. So I never threatened her. I never used physical punishment. I never used the humiliation. But in the families where there are the psychopath or the sociopath, threatening, at least threatening, yeah, becomes common. And such girls in the West, such girls, they start dating with the boys very early, just because they do not realize any fear from a man. And later they change partners very often. They cheat on their husbands because they don't have any fear to be left, to be punished, to be threatened, to be ashamed, and so on. But when there are religious restrictions, of course, these women do not change partners or cheat on their husbands. But they, as the other women, sociopathic or psychopathic, they provoke their husbands. As small girls or boys provoke their parents to experience that fear again. They provoke their husbands when they are adults, and they say something their husbands don't like, or they do something their husbands don't like. But with mature people, it works another way. For example, when I experienced my husband's anger several times, I just understood that it's necessary to stop doing some things. It's necessary to stop saying something. I stopped expressing my own opinion. I stopped telling about my feelings because it made my husband angry. But such women, they never stop. They do this on purpose. If I started doing this, I didn't know what to expect. Yes, but these women know what to expect, but they want their husbands be angry on purpose. They made them angry on purpose. And I don't know how religious women use their behavior to provoke their husbands, but I can just give an example from Ukraine. For example, in Ukraine, the psychopathic men don't like when their women drive, because in the case of collision, they worry about their cars more than about their women. But mature women usually drive safely. They don't do anything that can put them in risk. But as the sociopathic and psychopathic women don't feel the fear, they like being at risk. And even during driving, they can do something unsafe. And for example, a man and a woman are in the car, and during driving, a woman just puts a lipstick on her lips, and the husband gets angry. Um, um, okay, this situation is unsafe, but to provoke him, a sociopathic or psychopathic woman will do this again and again just to make your husband angry on purpose. So religious women will do this again and again using other tools, other types of behavior. So it's just an example how the fathers can harm their daughters. And for example, if a husband is a sociopath or a psychopath, he will threaten her. He will maybe he will use physical abuse or something like that. If a husband is a narcissist, he will not abuse her physically. Maybe he will just yell at her and humiliate her. But this yelling can be scary for their children again, and they will become the sociopath, even if a father is a narcissist, because from all types of immature fathers, sociopathy comes. So, and even children see the yelling, the man's yelling is scarier than woman's yelling, because the voice is different, the aggression is different. So, again, it's possible to make angry any person, especially if he is provoked. So even if he is a narcissist, he will be provoked, and sooner or later he will start yelling. And again, their children will be the sociopath at least, or maybe the psychopath again. Thank you. Bye-bye.